Welcome to our daily Zohar, sponsored by Torah Anytime. Patach Rabbi Yosef ve'amar. Rabbi Yosef made a statement on the words in Tehillim. Ata seter li, mitzar tetzireni, roni pelet tesobeveni sela. Rabbi Yossi comes and says, Ata seter li, you are my hiding. Who is that? That is HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shehu seter umagen la'adam ha'olech b'derech HaTorah. He becomes like a shield and a protection, a cover and a shield to a person who walks b'derech HaTorah. V'hu mistater b'tzel knafav, and he hiding under the wings, so-called, of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Now HaKadosh Baruch Hu has wings, but the same thing as a mother bird or mother chicken, hen protects its offsprings by hovering it over, so the predator would not reach him or be able to hurt them. So is HaKadosh Baruch Hu spreads his so-called wings over us to shield us and protect us, in order for no bad to happen to Am Yisrael. Mitzar tatzireni. What does it mean, mitzar tatzireni? Milemala or milemata? From above and from down below. From above, a person also has enemies or people who so-called haters or try to hate him or to harm him. Umilemata gamkin, and here down below as well. Umi huzeh, and who is that? That's the Yetzer Hara. The Yetzer Hara. Shehu tsar milemala v'tsar milemata. Tsar means the straightforward translation of tsar is narrow, a narrow passage. So what does it mean? Why we call it tsar? Because when you're trying to push yourself into a narrow passage or some narrow duct or something like that, you feel very compressed, you feel very uncomfortable. A person who is tsar is a person who makes you feel very, very constricted, and he tightened up to the point that you're going to be immobile. Tsar. Roni polet tesobeveni sela yesobevuni sela yatzarich lomar. So what is it? It's sobevuni. It will surround me. Dehainu leshon nistarim. We're using the word of hiding, that he's going to use surround me, and by surrounding me, I'm going to be invisible. In other words, it is a description of exactly how the protection takes place. The protection takes place not only visually from above, hiding, but also creating like a, remember like in the Western you would see like the wagons that would make a circle, and to create a protection around for the people who are in the middle, when they were attacked or so on and so forth. And he writes, and what are those things? Elu hashirim sheyesh bahem madregot le'atzala. What does it mean? Hashirim sheyesh bahem madregot le'atzala. In Tehillim, we have Shir LaMa'alot. Shir LaMa'alot, Maze Ma'ala in that matter, it is a step. So, why is it called Shir LaMa'alot? There are exactly the same amount of Shir LaMa'alot, Psalms, in Tehillim, to correspond with the steps that were in Beit HaMikdash in the Azara. So Shir LaMa'alot for going up those stairs. Those stairs represent an elevation of spiritual growth. So those Tehillim, when a person says Shir LaMa'alot, and again, every time we have Chas v'Shalom, a tzara, or something bad happened, we say Shir LaMa'alot. We say Tehillim, Shir LaMa'alot, right? So those Tehillim you can read it like this, right? שיש בהם הדרגות, תסובבני בהם להצילני בדרך. Those will be a protection. It's a sgula. It's an almond to protect you in times of harm when you say Shir LaMa'alot. But to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, he says, Tesoveveni, you would surround me. That verse, we could read it kesidro. We could read it as it is, in terms of tense of the word of the thing. And you could read it in a different. You can translate it, changing the grammar to soveveni, when right now or in the future. In other words, you're going to surrender me from this side and from that side. It's going to be complete. It's going to be a complete circle. Come and see. באלו שירות ותשבחות שאמר דוד יש בהם סודות, on the Tehillim that David HaMelech wrote. Why Am Yisrael is so in love, so-called, with the Tehillim? What's the magic of those Tehillim that is it's so powerful? There's tremendous wisdom in that and great secrets. Why? שכולם נאמרו ברוח הקודש. Again, Ruach HaKodesh is this divine inspiration that a person gets that represent usually tremendous closeness to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Those Tehillim were not written as a poet would write poetry or something like that. It is in a poetic manner, but it's extremely spiritual. You can read it the way you want to read it on the surface and translate it as so-called poetry, but that's on a very low level. Beyond that, there's great hidden secrets inside and clues of how a person can actually elevate himself spiritually. For example, when we say Mizmor LeDavid, Hashem Ro'i Lo Echsa, right, on Erev Shabbat, is a tremendous and wonderful psalms which gives us hope. That even Gam ki elech begetz al mavet, even if I walk in the valley of death, lo yirara, I'm not going to be afraid. Why? Ki ata imadi, you are with me. It is a tremendous, tremendous thing. It's a wonderful thing. Why? Because a person knows that he's never alone. You are never alone. To feel alone, to feel lonely, is terrible, terrible. At least you know you have Hashem with you. I'm not alone. Even though I'm right now suffering, right? Shiftecha umishantecha hema yinachamuni. Even if you give me a little bit of a punch from time to time, you still acknowledge that we have a connection here. That my nechama is in the fact that we have a relationship, that you haven't forgotten me. Ta'aroch lefanai shulchan neged tzorerai. It is a expression of complete confidence in Hashem. When you have such confidence and you know you're not alone, okay, 50% of the job is done. 50% of the job is done. Many other things like this. Esai nai ela'arim, shir lamalot, esai nai ela'arim, me'ayin yavo ezri. Who's going to help me? Sometimes again, you're wondering, I'm all alone in this battle. I'm all alone in this world. Things happen to me. Hurricanes, enemies, Shem Yerachem, who knows what. Esai nai ela'arim. I'm going to look at the mountains. Harim represent other things, yes. Mountains are mountains. But sometimes mountains could be big object that we have usually awe to, whether it's a country or a rich person or something that we look up to, and then the realization comes, me'ayin yavo ezri? Ezri mi'en Hashem. Aseh shamayim va'aretz. My help comes from Hashem. And Hashem is not just like another creation. He is the creator. Oseh shamayim va'aretz. Hinei lo yanum velo yishan shomer Yisrael. HaKadosh Baruch Hu never goes on a break. He's never on vacation. He's always have a tremendous supervision on this one thing that we call Israel, that body that we call Israel. This is exactly what we have here. HaKadosh Baruch Hu guards us all the time. There isn't a moment that HaKadosh Baruch Hu removes His guard away from us. We are always hovered. Sometimes, things happen, but you never lose faith. That's why when a person leaves faith or does things that are lack of emunah, is a tremendous thing. It's tremendously, how should we say it, lack of gratitude. Because HaKadosh Baruch Hu would never leave us. So how can you say that He left you? He's there, He's right there next to you. Al yad yeminecha, right there on your right side. So it is very painful to HaKadosh Baruch Hu when we say, you left us. He will never leave us. He swore to us and to our forefathers He would never leave us. So therefore it's impossible that God has forgotten about the Jews. And that's exactly what the Zohar is saying. And therefore David HaMelech said those Tehillim al derech HaChochmah. Tremendous wisdom on that. Patach Rabbi Elazar ve'amar, Dacho dechinta li lipol ve'Hashem azarani. Dacho, again, as we do in the Gemara, Dechia, okay, Dachani Hashem, so He left me. Lama Dacho dechitani? He should say, Dacho dachuni. You rejected me. What's dechitani? Shara HaKadosh Baruch Hu lo dacha oto. HaKadosh Baruch Hu did not rejected you. Who did? Your sonim, your yetzer hara. You, in other words, that thing inside of you, which is the sitra achara, the impure side. Hadoche et ha'adam tamid is constantly, and this is a very important lesson to remember. The sitra achara does not stop. It's like rust. Rust never sleeps. It's always there. Pushing, 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 pushing. So against that, we have no choice. We are not always on guard. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu is there to counterbalance the effect of so-called the sitra achara. Otherwise we would fall. Because if I'm going to push you, you will fall. You need to counteract that in order to stay balanced. That counteraction is the HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu is doing that because the yetzer hara, the sitra achara, always wants to reject you, to divert you from your path, and to divert you from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. When we leave the Torah, when we reject even ourselves as different people of Am Yisrael, we don't see it like this. That rejection is directed to one and one thing only, is a rejection away from God. We reject God. He'd never reject us. We do. And that is with men all the time. Uchen negdo, and against them. Now, you understand that what we had started with, that the Zohar says, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu has its protection to who? To who? Ha'olech b'derech HaTorah. You need to walk in the path of Torah. And the path is a highway. As much as in the highway there are 4 lanes, 5 lanes, whatever amount of lanes, there are lanes in the Torah. As long as we are going on the same direction, you can take the right lane, the middle lane, the left lane, and so on and so forth. We are going the same direction. On that ne'emar, elu ve'elu divrei Elokim chaim. But the problem comes when you're going against the direction, or you decide to, arbitrarily take a detour where there's no detour. These are the guys who porkim aleimol. These are those who megalim panim b'Torah, who reveal things in the Torah that are not according to the path of the Torah, derech HaTorah. Al ze ne'emar, pagashta be'oto menuval, you came across that wicked entity, mashcheu lebet HaMidrash. Because the yetzer hara, the sitra achara, could not have any hold on a person in Beit HaMidrash, what you learn in Torah. Because the Torah is like Mayim Chaim, it's like water that purifies you. If you purified yourself, if you go to the mikveh, you purify yourself, Tomorrow go somewhere else. But right now you're pure. A person can immerse himself in a spiritual mikveh by coming to learn and learning all the time. That's why a person should constantly learn and be kovea itim la Torah. Kovea itim la Torah is your spiritual cleansing. That's why a person needs to learn yomam v'layla, to connect an unbroken chain. I learn in the day, I learn at night. The Torah does not say, or the Halakha does not say, kovea itim kol hayom, all day long. Kavata itim la Torah, right? Ve'hagita bo yomam v'layla. Lo ve'hagita bo kol hayom. If you want to do it kol hayom, b'chavod, lama lo? I'm not saying. Learn. If you want to learn all day long, terrific. But if not, at least create a continuity that's going to be day and night. Day and night. In other words, you don't have a day without Torah. You don't have a day without Torah. You have this. The Yetzirah has no place because you constantly, actively creating a momentum of your own. Therefore, the Yetzirah has a very difficult time to do it. In order to divert you, needs to use a lot of force. Don't worry, if that force is so great, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will counterbalance us as long as you walk on the same path. On the Al Zeh Ne'emar Haba L'Yitaer Mesayim Be'edo. You're coming to purify yourself, we're going to help you out. Who is we, Kimos Abi? Who is we going to help you out? We HaKadosh Baruch Hu. He's going to help you out. You can't do it alone. There's nothing you can do besides making the wrong decisions on your own. This is a big lesson to remember. And the Yetzirah mesito bechol hatzarot sheba'u alav. Anything that comes, even for example, this is Chaz v'Shalom, people had suffered tremendously from the hurricane. People can take that and say, HaKadosh Baruch Hu did this to me. You know what? I'm throwing everything behind. No, that's the Yetzirah wants you to do that. Say, listen. Who knows what's the lesson? And the Yetzirah wants to do that. It will find any excuse so you could use it to divert you away from Hashem. Therefore, a person has to be very, very careful. And that's what David is saying. And who helped me? Hashem azarani. Hashem helped me. Why? Hashem helped me so Yetzirah will have no hold on me. It's like this coating that I'm putting on that you can penetrate into the surface. It might be around, but it won't be in. You have to put this coating on you all the time. It means that at that time, when you're going to do what you need to do, when you walk in derech haTorah, your path, your way is going to be secured. You don't have to worry. No obstacles there. You're not going to stumble upon anything. And you're going to walk with confidence. Not like a thief at night, that they're hovering like this with little steps. Quick. You're going to walk. Paced. Confidence. Why? Because you're walking in derech haTorah. Amar Rabbi Yehuda. Rabbi Yehuda said, Ashrehem Yisrael. Lucky are Israel, Am Yisrael, שהקדוש ברוך הוא שומר אותם, הקדוש ברוך הוא keeps you בעולם הזה ובעולם הבא, שכתוב ועמך כולם צדיקים, your nation, everybody in your nation is צדיק, ירשו הארץ ברוך השם לעולם, אמן ואמן. ולך בדרך התורה, we're going to do, הקדוש ברוך הוא wants from us, he'll do what he needs to do, that is what we need to do. All the things that come upon us, most of the time are a wake-up call for us to go lalechet b'derech haTorah, and this is the only way that we can actually overcome all the hardship that come to us personally, globally, and so on and so forth. Lalechet b'derech haTorah. Hashem tzilcha al yad yaminecha. Hashem is our protection. He's like a shadow that walks on your right side, can never depart from your shadows. Therefore, you can never depart from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and don't ever fool yourself. But always shomer et amo Israel. Shabbat Shalom.